If I'm going to share with you my 2026 trading rules, so this is going to be my non-negotiable, no? So these are not trading tips. Ito yung survivor rules. So bakit kailangan ito? Because number one, kung hindi ka mag-survive sa market, you won't get a chance na maging profitable. Sabi nga ni Ed Seykota, first rule is cut loss, second rule, cut loss, third rule, cut loss. Because by cutting losses, maybe you could have a chance of becoming profitable. Dito sa trading rules na to, ang first rule is 1 to 2% risk. I know this is very small, pero kung may imagine mo, no, sabihin natin yung $100 mo. Kung siya nang hirap ng $100, parang hindi naman lumalaki. Yeah, nandun na tayo sa hindi siya lumalaki, pero the point is, you are practicing, ano ba dapat yung behavior mo? Ano ka ba doon sa pagmamanage mo ng $100 versus just $1,000? Same lang ba? Kasi kung same yun, ibig sabihin, it will be easy for you to scale your $1,000 account papunta doon sa 10,000. And kung same pa rin yung behavior mo, you're still following the 1 to 2% loss, then maybe you could have a chance na from 10,000, pwede mong iakyat yan papuntang 50,000. And if you still have the same behavior, same mindset, or same execution, then maybe you have a chance. Pwede ka na mag-trade ng 100,000 to 200,000 or 500,000. Sky is the limit. Madali siyang skill if you know how to handle this percentage and you know how to handle well, hindi lang yung percentage but the psychology behind having this percentage. So next is daily loss limit enforced. So sa daily loss limit enforced, akala kasi natin, usually kasi sa trading, lalo na kung mga beginner, lagi nandito yung hustle culture na grind lang. But what if kaka-grind mo, lumagpas ka na doon sa 10% to 15% hanggang 30% drawdown. Kaka-grind mo. Isipin mo, yung account mo, kahit may 1 to 2% risk per trade, pero ginawa mo, nag 100 trade ka naman and that 100 trade is nag-snowball sa losses, then wala rin. So by having this daily loss limit, dito, mapipigilan mo yung sarili mo na magkaroon ng Superman syndrome or revenge trading, no? So next is every trade journal. So sa every trade journal, ito yung magiging reason kung bakit ka hihinto sa pagtitrade. Kasi pag in-skip mo ito, dito sa pagjo-journal, huli ko agad yung mga estudyante ko na mahilig mag-revenge. Sabihin natin, 1 to 2% risk per trade. Okay, followed. Coach, sinunod ko. Sunod, na-enforce mo yung daily loss limit mo. Pwede kasi mangyari dito, pag hindi ka nag-journal, pwede kang bumalik ulit doon sa 1 to 2% risk per trade. Kasi we human beings, until hindi pa natin nakita yung 100% ng damage sa portfolio natin, itatry mo pa rin. Mag-i-sneak in ka pa rin na, di pa naman ganun kalaking loss eh. Pwede ko pa naman i-trade pa ulit eh. Kahit konti lang. Pero the moment na nag-journal ka, doon mo marirealize na, okay, kailangan ko muna tumigil. Kasi sometimes sa trading, hindi problema yung kailangan tuloy-tuloy ka. Ang problema, paano mo pipigilan yung sarili mo mag-trade. That's why, ito yung kasabihan namin na sometimes, not trading at all and knowing not to trade is also a skill. Kasi nandun na tayo sa, alam mo yung setups, dapat may ganito kang strategy. Pero paano kung hindi in favor sa'yo yung market? Eh di naubos ng account mo. So that will bring us to no revenge trade. So dito sa no revenge trade, once na nakapag-journal ka, check na yan. Sure yan, mataas yung chance na hindi ka magre-revenge trade. Kasi imagine this, kung nang trade ka ng 100 times, i-journal mo ba pa isa-isa yung 100 na yun? Ibig sabihin, if you have 100 trades, 100 din yung journal mo. Right? Ang dami nun. Ang dami nun. So, dito pa lang, pag na-checkan mo na agad yung 1 to 2% risk, daily loss limit enforced, and every trade journal, goods ka na. Pag hindi mo sinunod to, you are not trading anymore. You are gambling.